In 1950, the average British worker produced the equivalent of $10.30 per hour, while in 2019, that same average British worker produced the equivalent of $54.30 per hour, adjusted for inflation by 2017. This means that the average worker in 2019 would only have to work for 1 hour and 36 minutes to produce the same amount of money that a worker in 1950 would have produced in 8 hours. So the question then is, why is it on average that we still have an 8 hour working day when we could be working 6, 4, or even 2 hours a day and still be producing more on average? This is because under capitalism, infinite growth is an absolute necessity. So say for example you have a shoe company which creates a certain machine or brings in a new technique which is able to produce twice as many shoes in the same amount of time. Rather than halving the work week of the workers or reducing it or giving the workers greater wages, the shoe company through advertising and other means will try to increase the demand for shoes as much as humanly possible, whether or not this demand is real or necessary. This can lead to certain wasteful habits like people throwing away old pairs of shoes simply because they are old or because a certain new style or new brand or new type of shoes became popular. And this can also apply to other things like clothing, furniture, any other kind of manufactured goods, as well as food, which the vast majority of us know our societies can extremely wasteful with. So more and more is produced, more and more is consumed, even if this production is extremely wasteful, as is the consumption, as many of the older products and even newer stuff are simply thrown away regardless because there is more production and more consumption. There is growth, there is more money going through the system, and as a result, you see a general flatlining of working hours to the 8 hour workday, regardless of how greatly economic efficiency increases, how advanced the machines become or the techniques become. Workers never get a shorter work week, they never get better working conditions. More and more is simply produced and consumed, regardless of whether or not it's necessary.